Chicago Heights. We work out here, and you could take a lot of these properties, not that one, not this one, it's all boarded up, but you could take that blue one we were just at. There was a girl who had her baby in that house with no lights. Her meter was off. We served it. That blue one over there is all fucked up. We should have went that way. I wanted you to go around the corner, but it's okay. So it's a lot of train tracks, a lot of industrial. There's like 5 houses on this block. Those 2 are abandoned and will be demolished. You got this one right here, this white one, probably gonna be demolished. And then you got this blue one that's just a huge, huge home. I mean, look at these homes.
That one looks like a trailer.
The blue one you could buy and fix up.
This is crazy.
You know, this thing will come down eventually. I think that's steel, man. I'm surprised nobody went in there and stole all that shit. But this is Chicago Heights for you. An old brick bungalow, and that one's got a big hole in the roof, probably gonna come down. That one across the street there, probably, that one looks like somebody might live in it actually. I don't know, that might have been a bar at one point in time, but this is basically how everything looks.
Head south.
Everything. The whole town looks like this. Even the downtown area is fucked up, you know? So if you were to buy a home down here, you wouldn't have to worry about people congregating in large numbers, because there's nowhere. This one's boarded up, 1535. I mean, that's got a solid foundation, solid bricks. You know, from what I could see from the street, the roof ain't too bad. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's just fucking. It's all by itself. Them houses over there, if you can see them. Just hold on, I'm gonna take a view of it. An old shack. This old shack is a garage. You know, this is basically how it's all gonna look. But that just means less neighbors. These over here, that one's 1508's abandoned. This one's still occupied. I don't know what this thing, this might have been a corner store at one point in time. There's a light on above it. And then this was probably all beautiful homes at one time, because this is kind of like a main street right here. I think it's Halstead. This is, that's a house over there, by the way. Slow down for a second on you. I want to zoom in. If people could see, oh, the wind is terrible. Oh, okay, go ahead then. That green and white thing in the distance, this was all homes. All those are all boarded up. Everything's boarded up. I kind of got to roll up my window. This one's abandoned. Once it was a beautiful home. Across the way, the window's busted out in that thing. This thing's just got a big, I don't know, man. That was a bar at one point in time, I'm sure. Upstairs looks trashed. This thing's got busted windows, this brown one. They built some kind of, that was some kind of like taco stand or something. Look at this corner one here. And then this is like a house. This is a house. It's tiny. See, they had a ramp for wheelchairs in the back. The ramp for the wheelchairs was longer than the house.
These coach buses.
This thing's all busted out. Look at that house. Ah, you go too fucking fast.
I mean, I can't see that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that was a school right there. You can't really see.
It was the Chicago Heights.
All you gotta do is drive slow. If you want me to see anything.
Water tower.
Yeah, Chicago Heights is the name of the town. It's just straight south. I think that's 2 cops over there. It's just straight on your stop. It's just it's just straight south, man. It's straight shot south of Chicago. If you drive due south from the Sears Tower, you hit this. There's a highway that goes straight out here. So it's a lot of industrial, but if you saw those blocks I'm talking about, you know, if you bought one of those homes that weren't in the worst condition, you would be able to buy it for 30, maybe 40, I don't know how much, but very low. And if you just took your time and fixed it up at your own pace, therefore, you know, you'd eliminate the labor, because nobody's gonna fucking hire people to do shit unless you want an electrician to do something real quick. But you can probably get your buddy or somebody who's an electrician to go in there and do the work for you, but you could buy those properties and live in them for a little while, find a buyer, sell it, move on, maybe buy another one, and continue rolling, continue the money flow. And at the same time, you're not paying rent, A lot of people who do that kind of business have a home. It's a little nicer over here. Here's a farmhouse. There's no neighborhoods really anymore. We're out of the neighborhood part of town, and then it's just industrial, canals, train tracks, shit like that, depressing shit like that on a gloomy day. There's a nice little house. They don't have no neighbors. These people have no neighbors to worry about. You see a lot of unique construction that you don't see also because it's so old. But I just wanted to show that block about that girl. She was living in that house, remember, Anya? No lights, middle of summer. It was one of them humid days, about 100 degrees, probably
Yeah,
120.
I went to go check the meter and she got so mad. I was like, how the fuck do I know that somebody lives here?
Yeah, and Anya went and checked the meter, and the girl's like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm checking the meter. Are your lights off? She's like, giving her an answer.
It was just
Yeah,
we needed to know if it was vacant.
we wanted to know if it was, vacant, like she said. And then, she wasn't mad anymore, but it was just her and her baby as far as we can see with no lights on in that
Yeah,
blue
I was
house.
asking for her boyfriend. She said he doesn't live there.
Yeah, she asked for her boyfriend. I don't know, I've never seen this water tower. What is that?
Another Chicago
I can't
Heights.
see.
South Chicago Heights. 'Cause
Oh,
there's
this
two
is
of them.
South Chicago Heights. I think it's just an emblem or something. We got a lot of unique water towers in Chicago, and you can't see anything on my phone.
Town of the pink ones.
Yeah, there's pink ones in Chicago, Calumet City, I'm sorry. South Chicago Heights. Does it have a population number? I can't tell. There's something in the way. I like to read the populations.
Look at their truck mailbox. It's a truck.
Yeah, that's cool. So, it's just the sights of South Chicago. And the distance, there's another water tower. I can't make it out. I don't know. I don't even know what's south of
Probably
here.
like sock trailers and shit.
Yeah, probably. It is Sauk Trail. So, just showing people the possible opportunities.
4,100.
Yeah, 4,000 people live in this town, a little over 4,000. I think this town at one point held 20,000 people in the 50s and 40s. I remember hearing something about this town being vibrant, just a vibrant city.
Not South Chicago Heights, but it's Chicago Heights. It's way bigger.
Okay, maybe it's out. Your uncle lived in Chicago Heights, is that right?
Okay.
Oh, Calumet City. She had a Polish uncle. Okay, now I can see the water tower. It's got an old horse-drawn wagon. Oh, cool. We got a gun shop. There it is. There's a horse. 1907, Chicago Heights, and a gun shop. So now I know there's a gun shop down here. Everybody who's out there, God bless you and be safe. I really got to get into real estate.